Right, let's talk Equalizer 3. I've seen the film. Let's talk about the good, the bad, the bloody. This is, of course, a Denzel Washington movie. It is the third entry into the Equalizer series. That's right, I'm not counting that TV show. No one should. That's an abomination. Yeah. Anyway, for the third entry to the series, trilogies, they struggle. They do. They struggle. Generally speaking, a lot of people will say, yeah, the third entry tends to struggle. I thought this was really, really good. I had a very good time with this film. It is bloody, pun intended, good fun. Genuinely. It is directed by Antoine Fuqua. Antoine Fuqua. May have butchered that. And he's fantastic. He's really, really, really good. His name was out there for a reason, for a fairly long time. Yeah, he's great. He's great. Now, I was walking back from the cinema wondering to myself, how can I classify this film? Because it's actually a feel-good film. And, you know, I watched the original the other day, because it's on Netflix in the UK. And I thought to myself, God, the original is fantastic. It's such a great film. And they are feel-good films, but in an interesting way, because of course, you know, you're rude. I guess in the similar perspective of like a John Wick film is a feel-good film. You know, you want this person to do those things to these bad people. It's very clearly defined, good and bad. These are bad men. This is a good man. Good, bad sides. Have at it. And that's what these movies are about. They are about a man who can take action into his own hands. Do you really believe Denzel Washington can do those things at his age? You know what? I don't even think you really... Yeah, I didn't think about it. Because there is some element in this movie, and as there have been in the other films, where he's not bulletproof. He's not John Wick. He does take a beating, and he does suffer. But could he do them? Yeah, probably not. But you don't care, because they're good fun. And this movie is good fun. Beautiful scenery. Absolutely incredible scenery. It's in Sicily at the start. Not a spoiler. And then it goes to, the coastal parts of Italy. And it is absolutely, utterly beautiful. If you've seen the trailers, you'll know that this is about Denzel Washington's Robert McCall going up, or Roberto, going up against the Gomorrah, the mafia, basically. And yeah, essentially doing what he did with the Russians. Just all hell breaking loose. And it's glorious. I think this has been one of the best ways this film has introduced, one of the best ways to do a first-person callback or flashback. Like a first-person shooter. It was great. It was absolutely brilliant. These kind of movies, you're there for the ride. You know, the story is important because they need to sucker you in to feel what Robert McCall is feeling, why he's doing the things he's doing to help these people. You know, is he a good person? Is he a bad person? Inevitably, he's a good person, obviously. So the story is important, but you are there for the ride. You're there for the kills. You're there for this guy to announce how many seconds you've got left to live, or to make a decision, or to choose your fate, that sort of thing. You're there for the ride, but and again, it's difficult to hit that balance between getting people into the story and the emotional weight behind it, and all of the action that you come to expect from these films. Now, I will say the first one is absolutely the best one. Second one, it's good. Don't get me wrong, not as good as the first one. This one, better than the second one. It doesn't hold a candle to the first one though, but it comes close. It's closer than the second one. And I think it's that balance that these films tend to struggle. The first one just got it because it was a man that had been established. He's there for a while. You understand why he's doing these things that he's doing. You know, he has this routine that's consistent. He's always there. And some, Russian mafia come in and disturb his routine and his life and his peace. This one, you sort of get it. And they do enough to make you go, yeah, I want him to succeed. But it's not the same as the first one. And the first one had that built into the story in a very, very good way. But anyway, I digress ever so slightly. The cinematography is absolutely beautiful. Really, really, really great cinematography, and such great scenery to do it in as well. The winding staircases of this coastal town of Italy. Beautiful stuff. Really, really, really beautiful. All the acting is superb throughout. In fact, there's nothing glaring to me where I just went like, oof, oof, oof. Nothing. It was all very, very, very believable for what they were doing. And I struggle sometimes with some of these films where you're just like, oh god, there's always one person takes you out of it. One person. No, it was great. The sound design, got to give it to that. Sound design was great. There was one scene where a bomb goes off. No spoilers, but there's one scene where a bomb goes off, and holy shit, that was a great sound design. Whoever crafted that piece and that whole scene and the VFX for it, cherry on top. That was beautifully done. Really, 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 really good. Now, what is the story? Because obviously I've just been reviewing it as I go along this and talking about the balance and blah, blah, blah. The story is Robert McCall finds himself in Italy. Why? You'll have to watch the film. He stays in this town that welcomes him in, and he becomes one of them, and then the mafia come and disturb that, and he ain't very happy about it. I mean, that's basic. That is literally the story. There's a little bit more to it. There's sort of like a callback to the original film and his previous boss, the woman that was his previous boss, and some sort of interweaving with bits and pieces like that, which was quite nice, quite a nice callback. But all in all, that's the story, and they do it really well. The kills, brilliant, absolutely fantastic kills. Again, have we seen these things before? Maybe, but it's great. It's still a very, very good good set of action scenes, and this is a film that I watched in the cinema because I'm like, there'll come a time where you won't get to see many of these films in theatres anymore. And that's a shame, because these films are great in theatres. They're bloody great, pun intended, in theatres. They're good fun. And again, it's sad, there will come a time, death of theatres, slow steady decline, where these films will not get a theatrical release. They'll be relegated to TV. And that sucks, because this film is good. It deserves your money. I had a very good time with it. Again, does it hold a candle to the original? No, the first one was lightning in a bottle, and the story was done so well in such a way. You can't recapture that emotional weight about Mr. McCall going about his business. You can't, because he was established in that location. And they spent a long time establishing that in that film. This one, they do enough to make you go, yeah, I can see why he's doing this. He can, so why wouldn't you? Because of the emotional weight behind it. But anyway, if you've seen it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. It was out yesterday in the States, only out here today in the UK, annoyingly. But hey, leave your thoughts down below, give the video a like and a share. I've Mr. H. Take care. Bye-bye now.